So, of all the days of elementary school, there is one day for me that I remember vividly. And that's because on this day, actually, my family had sponsored a family from Vietnam to come. And one of them was the same age as me. And I had told my teacher a few weeks before that we had sponsored a family and that she was enthralled and told her, you should bring them when they come. And on this day, I remember it vividly when I brought my friend, her face turned white. Because my friend was here, my new friend, and when he came from Vietnam, he knew no English at all. And I remember the first few days, he wasn't integrated into the class. I think he spent most of his time at the back coloring. But so my childhood, I grew up walking to school every day with this friend. Slowly, as he learned the days of the week, the months of the year, we became fast friends. I learned about his experiences and his culture. In no time, we were now competing for marks. He was very much a Canadian and part of our family. And actually, they eventually sponsored the rest of their family to come, and a very large family came over. And my parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary last year. And there's this wonderful photo of just their close family and friends. And most of them are Vietnamese, but not really Vietnamese, very much a vibrant, professional, loving Canadian family and an extended part of our family. But I think this day stands out for me in grade 5 also because that was a day when my world got a whole lot larger. I got exposure to different experiences, different people, different language, and made a friend from around the world. And now, so when people come to Canada, they come in a number of different ways. You can be private sponsored, like my family did for the Vietnamese family. Or the government has government-sponsored refugees. So these are the people in most need who are invited to come to Canada. And when they come to Canada, there's a number of different centers where they might be sent, where they get the most support. One of those centers is right here in KW, and when they send people, they refer them to the reception house. The reception house has helped 10,000 people be settled in Canada over the past 30 years, and 2,000 people in the last 2 years alone. So when people come and they're government sponsored, they get lots of support from the reception house for all the practical matters, knowing where to sign up for things, how to get the right care, how to get integrated with the government and with the society. But they've recognized that these people also often just need a friend. So they've created a program called the Family Placement Program, where families are matched with people here who are willing to just be a friend. So the way it would work is if you volunteered, you would come and they would ask you about what your interests are and learn a little bit about you, and then Cassandra would match you with one of 30 families that are now waiting for somebody to be involved in this program. And then they would give you the opportunity, the orientation, introduce you to the family, and then your opportunity is simply to be a friend to this family. So some of the examples that I was told is a volunteer helped somebody write their name for the very first time. It can be as simple as playing soccer. It can be as simple as taking somebody out for coffee, somebody who might not have had the opportunity to be out of the house for a year. It's the opportunity simply to be a friend, maybe take the kids to play and show them how to play in the Canadian winter, right? Just be a friend to this family. A colleague of mine, David, has been helping out with the homework program. And he told me about his experience, and he said it's such low effort for him, but such high value. He says, for me, I just go and I have tea with a friend for an hour. But what I'm getting out of it is an opportunity to help somebody, to give them a hand and something going forward. Low effort, very high value. So we are a community of business and technical leaders in a very innovative community. We have the opportunity to be able to inform and define the future going forward. It's a wonderful opportunity that we have. A friend of mine recently that I was talking to about, I had dinner. This is somebody who works with the future and that trends and things. And we had a wonderful dinner, and afterwards I was talking about like all the wonderful advances that we've seen in society and technology over the past 10 years, and what might come in terms of technology inventions and advancements over the next 10 years. And he stopped me, and he told me something that really stuck with me. He said, "But Gary, the reality is that most of the technology that we need to bring about the next generation of innovations that will really matter to people exist today. We have the phones, the cameras, the chips, the CPU, the GPU, the networking, the cloud computing. All of those things exist today. The greater barriers to unlocking the next phase of innovation that will benefit society is really about understanding people, understanding their problems, showing them the possibilities, and bringing about, it's really empathy for people that will unlock the next generation of solutions." So if that's the reality, then we as a community can't afford to continue to keep a small world view. It's an understanding of people, not just in the local area, but from all over the world, from different perspectives, different cultures, different experiences, not only important to the work that we do every day, it's really essential. And wow, what easier way to be able to take a step into a larger world than to be a friend to the world that has come to us. So it's really an opportunity to be able to just be a friend, some people who really need it. And if you volunteer, you may find a new friend, a new perspective, learn something that you didn't know before, and you may just end up with a larger family. Thank you.